welcome to day 4 of 21 days of your own personal revolution. Of course, you can start these 21 days at any time. Some people do it at the beginning of the year, and that's great, but you can start at any time at all. But the lesson for today is the reflection of one of the workshops that I do, because it is called Redefine the Story of Your Life. You really can redefine the story of your life, and the quickest way to do that is to change the character. Change the character, and you change the story. Now, I work with a specific set of what we call archetypes. Archetypes are those classic characters that you see in myths and legends and all stories that really resonate with us. And universal archetypes are recognized by everybody from every race, every creed, every culture, every tongue. And this has been the case throughout history. And in every geographical location, if you're human, you'll understand these archetypes. Let me tell you who they are. The first is the sovereign, the king or the queen. The next is the warrior. The next is the sage, who's like the intelligent one, the Mr. Spock or the Sherlock Holmes. Then you've got the mystic, or the magician as some people will call them. Then you have the lover, and that's not just the Romeos and Juliets of the world, the romantic types, but the people who love people. And then finally you've got the jester. Everybody knows what the jester looks like. In fact, everybody knows what all of these characters look like. I could get you to describe them, to use particular words, and you would all have pretty much the same ideas. And so what we need to do is to understand, well, what are those characters like inside of me? If I recognize them externally, well, then there's some sense in which they actually exist inside of me, and that I can express those characters more and more. And there are many people that I deal with who want a promotion, and actually what I do is to work with them on, say, the sovereign, to say the sovereign needs to stand up to take more responsibility, to take responsibility and control, to serve more, to give more, to be more commanding and more clear about the vision and helping people, supporting a team to get there. That's the job of the sovereign. They may need to be a bit more warrior-like. Set the mission and get stuff done. That's the warrior. It's not just fighting always, but just getting things done. It may be that they need to become more loving. Their relationships are falling apart and they're not seeing things from another person's perspective. And the lover is very good at understanding how other people feel about things and think about things and bringing people together in harmony and understanding their values and working with them and negotiating and discussing and bringing it all together on a people level. They're brilliant at being that cohesion to the team. Sometimes you might need a bit more of the jester. Lighten up a bit. You know, life isn't all serious. Life's a game to the jester. And so do you see, I could unpack each one of them, but the key thing is to understand those characteristics in you. And if you begin to focus on that, you say, well, that's not me, really. Well, I think we're all made different. I think we are intentionally different in the sort of energies that we bring. Some people are more naturally sovereign or warrior or mystic or lover or jester or sage. And yet we can actually also develop and grow, because sometimes we'll find that the reason why we're stuck where we are is because we haven't been approaching that situation with the appropriate archetype to get the job done, to sort out the situation. And so when you learn that these characters are all inside of you, every one of us has some ability to get hold of them, and we can begin to focus upon those characters, we can learn to grow and deal with life in a different situation. As you take on the warrior, you will see things differently, you'll think about things differently, you'll focus on different things, you'll act in a different way. In fact, you will stand and you'll breathe in a different way because you are taking on board a bit more of the warrior. You can practice this at home, and when you go out and you need to deal with that situation with a bit more of that warrior energy, guess what? Because you've practiced, because you've focused, because you've studied, and because you've begun to feel this in your body, you can actually bring more of that energy into that situation. Like a muscle, it doesn't happen overnight, but the more you focus upon it, the stronger it will become. Exercise that specific muscle, and you'll find that it will grow over time. And that's the key to these archetypes. Change the character and you will change the story. You can change the course of your life by assessing who you are, what you need in terms of the archetypal energy, and then working on it day after day, habitually, focusing upon it. Take upon yourself the mindset, the stance, the words that they use. And as you do this over time, it will change you. And once you begin to change you, the situations around you will also change. New opportunities will open up. You'll see things that you've never seen before. People will respond to you in different ways. Change the character and you will change your story, and you can redefine the story of your life. I look forward to seeing you on the next day's video.